It's a lot of horse for the money.
Well, he's a beauty, isn't he?
It's a beauty contest, we got something.
As Jamie said, best horse in Europe.
Best horse in Europe.
What do you think about his feet? Turfy strictly, or?
I haven't really, you know, I mean, he's been here, he went around one day. He went the right way, so, you know, I mean, it shows he's American. If he had wheeled backwards and gone the other way, he might want to send him to Europe. But right now, we can keep him here. He wants to go in the proper direction.
Can you walk him in the circle, please?
He has a great leader, too.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's funny, because usually big black colts like this,
He can be cranky.
Wait, his coat looks like he's in good health.
Nice overstride.
They get the warm blood syndrome where they are kind of larger and a little less intelligent.
That applies to the NBA also.
I know. He really does have a nice overstride.
Mark insists that we be as diplomatic as possible.
So I can tell you. Canadian Foreign Service written all over you.
Yeah.
He looks like he's got a strong hindquarter. It's a deep one.
He's a big fella. Look at those legs. Jesus.
Yeah, good bone. He did not get shins, which is good.
Hey. Hey. Have a nice nap.
Don't spook him, Benji.
Well, that's the funny thing is like you're saying, you said the factor came up with shins.
Yeah.
It's funny, a lot of the ones that you don't want to have shins because they're precocious are the ones that hit them because they're harder and faster on themselves earlier, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The big, lanky, long-running horses,
Yeah.
they don't... I always laugh, there was this big Tisnow colt we had out of Dream Supreme. You remember that filly of Mott's?
Right?
And Mr. Oxley paid like $1.3 million for this colt, and he was big and beautiful, and he galloped, and you're like, oh, this thing's gonna be a monster. But we would work him, and he kind of got, you know, he improved, and then he started working in like 50, you know what I mean, out 103, and then he kind of just plateaued, and he just would do it, and we couldn't get him to work any faster, gallop out anymore, like, you know what I mean, any faster than that. And so Mark was kind of like, well, he's really nice, so we need to, let's give him some weeks off, and we'll do this, and we'll do that. So they left him, they all went up to Saratoga, and they left him down with me at Churchill. Well, one day, finally, I worked him against this little filly, and he just exploded out of the way. He worked him like 47 flat, like galloped out huge, and I'm like, yeah, I woke the beast. And we got back to the barn, and the groom's like, Jimmy, can you come look here? And I'm like, and I knew he rubbed that horse too, and I was like, that's never good.
Can you come here?
So I walked down, and they were pulling the tack off. He goes, I don't know, there's no bueno.
No bueno.
No bueno. And I looked down, and his tendon sheath is like just hanging on, like, which
Oh,
isn't a tendon, it's more just, it's a more superficial than anything. It's all the stuff that holds the tendon there.
Yeah.
And so it's a way easier rehab than a horse that has a torn tendon or something. But it's still not good. And
No bueno.
so it was one of those things where I was like, yeah, well, I got him to go fast, Mark, but maybe there's a reason he wasn't going any faster. You know what I mean? He might have been just protecting himself.
Yeah. Okay, well,
But
you...
I think he ended up going to fairgrounds with David Carroll this year. I think he's 4 now. Because he had some, you know what I mean, he went back to the farm and he just continued to have eating too big issues.
Oh, no,
But he
don't
went,
say
and I
that.
think he ended up winning 3 in a row for us at fairgrounds. So
I like
he
that.
went through all his conditions.
Well, you know, we'll just go straight to the 2-mile stakes races here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Careful.
gonna have anything for the 4th of July Stars and Stripes stuff?
We have a few from down south. I don't think I'm going to run anything up here and there.
Some nice money.
I think I'll run horses that weekend, but nothing in any of the big stakes. A lot of the horses I get up here are horses that are just one tier below the stake horses, you know what I mean? So I can win through some conditions on these guys.
Yeah.
But we want the stake horses
I prefer
here.
having those horses. Like,
but
I
we-
love having stakes horses. Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong.
Good.
But I'd rather have a horse that I can run where it's going to win than one that I have to keep pumping back against the
Right.
same horses where you know there's a one horse in the race that you probably can't beat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we want our stakes horses to run
Hey.
here because this is the only place we are able to come and actually see them run. So that's the okay. You can go back now. Okay.
The fly bugging you.
Okay. We won't bother you anymore. He's gorgeous though. Wow.
Now, which side is Darjan to Neil? Is she on this
She's
side?
right there. She's in the stall.